Cancel the U2 concert.
Boy, oh boy, did I have a great tirade.
Don't fucking do it. This should be like a 1.5 point line.
Oh, they just scored again.
I think he's the clear-cut winner.
That's the only good move.
That's it.
Welcome to the Thielet and Graves podcast. I'm Thielet.
I'm Graves, and we're just two dudes like yapping about sports.
Welcome to Thielet and Graves podcast. My name is Ryan Thielet.
My name is Isaac Graves.
And we're just two dudes that like to yap about sports. Well, today we're gonna start off with a different subject that we haven't talked about yet: college football.
Yes.
We're gonna start with college football. Go to the NFL as we had a massive retirement announcement happen yet again for the second week in a row, and then we'll talk NHL, and then we'll finish off with the MLB. Or maybe flip-flop that depending on how we feel.
Yeah, we'll go MLB before, because we got a long NHL segment.
All right, so let's get started with college football. As you college fans know, that Tennessee currently they didn't cut him, but they decided to move on from quarterback Nico
Yamaleva?
Yes.
I'm just going to guess.
Due to disputes about the NIL. If you guys don't know what NIL is, that is name, image, and likeness. That's how we're seeing these brands sponsor these college athletes and pay college athletes. That's how we got the college football game, which, God bless, we got that back. Thank gosh. I love those games. So this was weird to read about because this sounds like a NFL player going against their franchise is not paying them enough.
Yeah.
But the thing about it, the difference between the NFL and this is that Nico is not the person speaking for Nico. His own representative screwed up the deal and possibly screwed him out of the spot at Tennessee.
Look, I'm not a big college football guy, but this is just, why? Why did Tennessee even go through with this?
Now, Tennessee could have been like, okay, we'll sit and discuss this. We still want you as a quarterback. I don't understand why they had to take the drastic move and move on from him.
Nico's a pretty decent quarterback.
Yeah,
right?
no, he's a good quarterback. Who honestly, the transfer portal opens up. Well, today is Monday as we're recording. By the time this comes out, probably Wednesday, is the opening of the transfer portal for the spring window. So he is now in talks to go to transfer portal. And like the landing spots for him are Oregon, who can do the NIL deal. Well, this is just weird that an SEC school is the one that fumbles a NIL deal when they're the conference that wanted all this NIL.
I'll say go Vols for the tourney. Not this time.
Yeah, it's just I don't understand the move that they made. I mean, I get it, yet this is college football and this isn't the NFL, but this is new college football. This isn't the college football that your dad grew up on.
Yeah.
Or these schools have to figure out how they can communicate with these agents and these representatives the right way so we don't get more problems like this. Because all this is doing is opening up a window to more guys who their NIL deal got screwed up and said, okay, well, I'm just going to hit the transfer portal. I don't need to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can dive more into NIL. I love the idea of NIL. I think college football or NCAA's profit off these athletes for a long time. And I agree that some of these guys should get paid for the output they put on the field and how they pack stadiums bi-weekly.
Yeah.
And I just think there should be guardrails on it. When they first introduced this, they should have been guardrails in place. Like, look, this is your max amount of NIL, or it has to be handled this certain way, where it's not a free-for-all like it is now. And while we're having all these problems, is that we're having all these like NIL problems now because there was no guardrails.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I understand why there's no commissioner of college football. I know that sounds like stupid.
We're getting all the general managers. Why not?
Why not get a commissioner? And I always remember McAfee messing with Saban and saying Nick Saban should be the commissioner of college football. It's not a half bad idea.
No, it's really not that bad.
And I think the way they do a commissioner, and these other like conference commissioners, it should be set up for how the NFL does their owners and their commissioner role, where they're all in the same plane like wavelength of like power. They just sit down and like discuss the rules the right way.
Can't be that difficult to have a better commissioner in college football than Roger Goodell, but
He cannot do enough. I love Roger, but let's not stress him out having to run two separate leagues.
yeah.
Now, if we do college football commissioner, I wouldn't mind the NFL stepping in and helping out college football find their commissioner.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
It's so weird that we're talking college football and we're talking money, and money has always been a part of college football with TV revenue and TV distributions to the different schools.
More now than ever.
Yeah, but it's weird that we're talking like contracts. They're the size of NFL contracts.
Right.
But these
The was that?
that was my bottle. I guess I have a undisclosed pop brand because we were not giving out any more free reimbursements on this podcast. Like I have a pop in here and just I guess got overcarbonated and just popped.
Nice.
It's weird.
Just don't explode on the set, please.
Yeah, please don't go everywhere.
Double Mentos in it.
Anyways, yeah, it's weird to talk about it like this. I'm used to talking NFL ball like this or NHL like this. It's just weird that we're starting to get this in college sports overall.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing it in basketball now too, with these transfer portals being insane. Like today, Pitt just made a big move, got a big center out of Oregon State to come here. I personally know a guy who's going through transfer portal. I'm not going to say his name, but he's from like the area where I live, and he's in the middle of this transfer portal stuff, and it's insane for how these colleges reach out to you. Like it's like you're going through another recruiting cycle.
Yeah. It's college football's version of free agency.
Yes, it is. It's great. Oh, yeah, I love it as a media guy. It builds more storylines for us to talk about.
I love yapping free agency.
And I think this is good for the players because like there's times where you get stuck behind somebody and you're like, okay, well, I want to go somewhere and play. And this gives you the opportunity to. All right, well, from college football, let's go to NFL ball. Okay, so today, about roughly a half hour ago, Patrick Peterson officially retired from the NFL.
Former Steeler for 5 minutes.
It was one season, full season.
Yeah, full season. But yes, he announced his retirement. He is signing a one-day deal with the Cardinals to retire.
As he should.
Yeah.
If there's a team that he should retire with, it's the Cardinals.
Yeah, because that's what he's remembered as.
Yes. I want to say that. I mean, his time with the Vikings was pretty good.
His time with the Vikings was pretty good. He wasn't a great fit for the Steelers.
Yeah.
He wasn't what they needed at the time.
No, but he's still, I mean, look at these career stats. 652 total tackles, 571 of them are solos, 81 of them. So under the 100 mark is assisted.
And that man knew how to grab some picks.
Yes, he did. He had 36 total picks in his career. What a career he had.
Yeah. Overall, I think his career is really underrated.
He had been in the league since 2011.
Yeah.
He was a first round pick, picked 5th overall to Arizona. And honestly, as a DB, to have all those stats, like I have a high stat line like that, it's just insane. Right now, at the end of his career, he averaged 11 tackles per season.
How about a fall from grace from that time with Arizona? Because 2 years prior, they were in the Super Bowl against the Steelers.
Yeah.
And then they're picking 5th overall.
Yeah, it's just crazy for how this works. He spent 95% of his career at Arizona, he spent 9 years there, starting from 2011 to 2020, and then went to Minnesota for 2 years from 21 to 22, and then joined the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now officially, since the league season started 2 seasons ago.
2 seasons ago, yeah. Didn't play last season.
Did not. which I was shocked.
He just never got picked up by anybody.
Yeah, I know. I want to honestly the way our defensive back room. I wouldn't mind us picking him up again.
I don't understand why we cut him.
I don't. That's a whole nother thing.
That's
a whole nother talk.
A whole nother combo.
But yes. So overall, do you think now is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? No. But he is a Hall of Famer in my book.
I think so.
And I'm not saying this ain't recency bias because he just retired. I'm being honest. I mean, we what 2011 we would have been probably I would have been 4. I was born in 04, so probably around.
I would have been 2011. I would have been 8.
So I would have been like 7.
Yeah.
So our entire life we saw Pat Pete play. I don't know about you, but every NFL franchise mode I played in Madden, I had Pat Pete the cornerback.
I was not a big Madden guy, but
love Madden. Love all those games.
Old Madden.
Yes. Old Madden I love.
Madden 20, I'd say, and up.
Let's just not talk about it. Because there will be a new rant, and that'll be a Thielet rant.
Because I might sprinkle a f*** you in there, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just... So, growing up and playing as Pat Pete, now he's retired. Now, I don't... There's still older players in the league, but, like, that generation of football, like, we watch, is now almost all officially retired.
Yeah. With
Julio now retired, Pat Pete's retired, like that, like our football is officially gone now.
Pretty much, yeah.
It makes me feel like old. I mean, mind you, I am not even 21 yet.
Yeah.
But like I feel old when I talk to these younger guys, and they're like when a kid wears a jersey into somewhere, and I say, "Oh, who's your favorite player?" And then they say
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, and then they'll ask me, and then I'll say, "Oh, Troy Polamalu, Ben Roethlisberger, James Harrison, Pat Pete, like some of these guys," and they like give me a puzzled look, like
they're like,
"Who's that?
Who the hell that?"
Yeah, it's like it's crazy for how fast like the NFL can flip into a younger generation, which is good. Which just means our league's getting younger and it's getting better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that is it for football for us. There has not much to talk about.
Yeah. The draft is next week, though.
Yes.
So we will have one final mock draft next episode.
And maybe we'll do a mock draft total and a Steelers mock draft since we're both Steeler fans. We'll see.
Idea.
And we'll see what if we were in Omar Khan's shoes, what we would do. Alrighty. Well, let's get into the MLB.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the Broncos? Just get it out of the way.
Let's just do it.
You remember when I said we were going to win the division?
Remember when we both said that? Now we look fucking stupid. So, let's just talk about it. They're 5-11. They just got swept by the fucking Cincinnati Reds.
It's still a better record than what the Giants had this season. Just an FYI.
The New York Giants, not the San Fran.
Oh no, the New York Giants. Sorry.
How about those San Fran Giants, by the way?
Yeah, they surprised me.
Holy. Milwaukee shitting their pants for giving up Willie Adames.
Yes, they are.
So, yes, they're 5-11. They just got swept by the Reds. They open up a 4-game set at home against the Nationals tonight.
Oh yeah, by the way, happy Skeens Day.
Happy f***ing Skeens Day.
Yeah, it is Skeens Day. It's time for us to be happy for one day out of the week.
Well, we hope. He had his first, I don't want to say bad start, but
he had his first non-Paul Skeens start.
Yeah,
like an average pitcher start, and everyone's saying it's bad. It wasn't a bad start overall.
It really was like his definition of a bad start is still like six strikeouts, which that's an average Mitch Keller start.
Well, let's look at the standings for the NL Central. First place is the Chicago Cubbies at 11-7.
Oh, they beat the Dodgers last night.
Yeah, they did.
How bad? Okay, 4-2. Yeah. I watched part of that game. Did you see it earlier in that series? The Cubs beat the Dodgers 16-0.
Yeah, the worst loss in Dodgers history.
How?
And mind you, that Dodgers history backtracks before Jackie Robinson.
This team won the World Series last year, and they just fall on their face.
I mean, they're 11-6.
Yeah.
So it's not a terrible record.
But that game is the definition of falling on your face.
Yeah, they just didn't look good at all.
Yeah.
In second place in NL Central, surprisingly, is the the Cincinnati Reds. They're not going to be there long. Third place is the Milwaukee Brewers.
Burge.
And fourth place is the St. Louis Cardinals.
Great offense.
And,
Holy pitching.
yeah, they don't have any pitching. No pitching.
Nope.
No pitching. Well, you want to talk about bad pitching? Let's talk about the Pirates. We are a run differential of 28. And I don't mean plus 28. I mean negative 28.
For reference, the Cubs are plus 43. Is there anybody worse? Okay, there is one team worse.
The Athletics.
No,
Oh, sorry.
the Rockies.
Oh, God.
Minus 44.
Oh, God. We're in the same boat as the Rockies.
Yeah. And they're 3-12, by the way.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. This whole part, they've had a rough week.
They need to get their shit together.
Like, on the field and off the field, it's been a very rough week. I feel bad for their PR team.
Yes, no kidding.
If you don't know, so last week we discussed how the bricks are gone. Well, they were found.
You called me like right after sideline and said they ended up in a dumpster in what, Ross Township?
Yes, they found them in a dumpster in there. And that happened later in the week when they were just getting off the heat from the whole Roberto Clemente wall incident. And now they have this. And if you want to see how us Pirate fans feel, I'm not classifying me and him for personal reasons and professional reasons that we are not going to put ourselves in the fold of the rest of the Pirate Nation.
Yeah. Pirate fans are pissed.
They are pissed. We can, if you want to go back after you listen to our podcast, of course, don't leave this YouTube channel. Go ahead and look up Big Night At from the Pat McAfee show. When Paul Skeens was introduced at the end of the show to go do a giveaway, first of all, massive pop. The entire PBG Paints arena exploded when Paul Skeens came out.
As it should.
But then later, you heard a familiar chant that we're not going to say what the chant is, but it got very loud.
I didn't even watch it, and I already know it.
Yes.
I already know what it is.
It's the chant that has been on billboards. People have said to Mr. Nutting when he was walking up and down the concourse on opening day.
You've lost the title of Mr. Nutting. Your name is Bob. You're just Bob.
So it just
Stop trying to erase history.
yeah. I don't understand the whole thing about erasing history. Indianapolis Colts did it when Manning left. There's been stories from former players that they painted over Manning's face over there, and how they do that. I don't understand why erasing history is the smart move for a franchise that currently is not playing good. The only thing that they have is a World Series from 46 years ago.
Yeah.
So why are you erasing history from a person that helped you get that World Series 46 years ago?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's the way for the Pirates to get out of the media in a bad light like this is that this team got to get hot. They got to get hot now.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying this for
They need to, at minimum, win 2 against the Nationals.
They have to win the series.
Yeah.
We have only won one series the entire season.
Barely, by the way.
Yes, barely won that series. Other series we didn't get swept yet.
Well, we got swept by the Reds.
Oh yeah, I forgot we did. So like either we got swept or we lost it by one game.
Yeah.
Which, in all reality, in years past, isn't a bad thing. Only get swept once to start the season because that's just how it goes here.
But this team is 5-11. when expectations are sky high
Yeah.
with the
Sky
person-
high for a Pirate team.
yeah.
So I'm not saying it's annoying.
It's painful.
It is gut wrenching when you set yourself, like when you have all these expectations, like you're supposed to be an above 500 team coming to the into the ballpark every day, and you're losing these games.
Yeah.
Now, do I think we can turn around against the Nationals? I think we could.
Yeah. Nationals aren't a terrible team, but they're not a great team.
No, they're about the same mark that we are.
And take advantage because C.J. Abrams was just placed on the IL.
Yes,
So,
their heavy hitter is out.
yeah.
So this is the series that the Buccos can turn it around. Now, the Cubbies, who are in first place, just had a major injury that could help the Pirates out. You want to go and take it with you? You want to go and take it?
Yeah, so is he their ace? I guess.
Yeah.
Because even though
They don't really have an
they
ace.
have Shota. He's
He's
still,
their
he's
ace.
still young. Justin Steele. I don't think it's Tommy John. It's some sort of elbow injury. It might be. I mean, it was never. The reports never explicitly said Tommy
Is it the
John.
same thing that's happening with Jones right now?
It might no.
Or is it a UCL tear?
It might be a UCL tear. Justin Steele.
This part of the elbow. I think is what he hurt.
He is out for the season.
Yeah, which is big. Big for us.
That's a huge blow.
Um,
Because he was tied for the league lead in wins. Like, this is why the Cubs should have invested in more pitching.
yeah, then just make the one splash move for Justin Tucker.
So now they have Shota Imanaga and a bunch of dudes.
They basically lost the Pirates version of Mitch Keller for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not saying that no one's on the Skeens of Paul. I mean, no one's on the same level as Paul Skeens.
Except Ohtani when he comes back.
Yes, which I cannot wait for. I'm so excited to see Ohtani pitch again.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of baseball fans are excited to see him come back, but I'm just excited because, a complete two-way player who's as good as him, this is the first time in over 100-some years we've seen this.
Do you adjust his workload, though? Do you have him pitch and DH on the same day?
But then you're going back to the conversations to should pitchers hit again?
Yeah. But, have him DH on the days he's not pitching.
Yes. That's how it should be. And Ohtani could be this is wild to say, your day 6 pitcher.
It's unbelievable.
Because when you're a rotation that is so star-studded as...
Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Yamamoto, Roki Sasaki.
You're forgetting somebody. Kershaw.
Kershaw's out.
No, he's just hurt for the moment.
Yeah.
So when he comes back...
Well, Kershaw when he comes back. Dustin May,
another one, and Shohei. So you really don't need Shohei. Maybe, I know this sounds wild, maybe use him as a pen situation.
Oh.
If you're at a point where,
or
oh shit, that I'm stuck, or what do we do? Throw him in there.
Or by deadline time, do you shop someone like Glasnow?
Or shop Dustin May.
Maybe.
You're not going to get anything for Clayton. He's just too old.
Yeah, his body's just giving out.
Yeah, so you're not going to get anything for him. Maybe shop one of those star pitchers.
Shop. Snell's on too heavy of a contract. Nobody's going to want to take that.
No, and Snell is good for the coming years.
Yeah.
He has a lot more years to his body.
And they're not going to shop either Yamamoto or Sasaki.
No.
There's no way. So I think it's down to
They
either.
spent too much money on them,
I think it's
too.
down to either Dustin May or Tyler Glasnow.
Which is crazy to think about, that Dustin May and Glasnow are shoppable.
Yeah.
That's just how stacked the Dodgers are.
I know a team that should have kept Tyler Glasnow.
Yeah, I know, and I'm wearing the hat of that team. So, anyways, is there any other team you want to talk about that's been surprising you?
The Braves.
That's what I was gonna say.
The Braves.
They're currently sitting at 4-11.
Not the worst team in the league anymore, but they bad.
Yeah, they're bad. Which is, I had such high hopes for that division this year. And granted, this is still, once the Braves catch their stride, still one of the best divisions in baseball by far. And I just think that they're just no way. They have a lot more. I think they realize they have a lot more problems than just missing Acuna.
The Atlanta Braves have the same record as the Chicago White Sox.
They have a worse record than the Pirates.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a team that surprised me. The Padres.
Yeah.
13-3 on the year. They have
the entire NL West is honestly surprising, besides the Rockies.
Yeah.
We knew the Rockies were going to suck.
Yeah.
But Padres, Giants, both hot as hell.
The only thing about the Giants and Padres is that how long is this hot streak going to last?
Yeah.
And are they going to be able to get back on a hot streak once they start losing a couple games? Is where I stand on the Rockies and not the Rockies, sorry, on the Giants and the Padres.
They both got tough series coming up. So the Padres, they open at home against the Cubbies tonight, and then the Giants go into Philly tonight.
Yeah,
which that's going to be a fun series.
I think it's going to be high scoring.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's going to be a fun series to watch. Now, the Phillies being 3 games above 500 is surprising me.
That's a little surprising, yeah.
I mean, that's also, you're 9-6, so you're not like you have a terrible record. But
again, that division, overall, it's surprising.
Well, let's go to the AL West. The Los Angeles Angels are leading that division.
What?
Yes, at 9-6. The Texas Rangers, second place, 9-7. The Seattle Mariners, 8-8. In your ALCS Gremlins, the Houston Astros are 7-8. And then the I almost call them the Oakland. The wherever you are Athletics are 6-10.
The middle of fucking nowhere.
I don't even know. What are they even playing?
They're in Sacramento.
So you're Sacramento Athletics?
Yeah,
at the moment.
They're at the Giants AAA stadium. So,
but the Athletics, we'll just leave it at the A's.
The unknown location.
Yes.
Athletics.
Yeah, they're 6-10, which we knew was going to happen.
Hey, I predicted them to be third in the division.
They're playing the White Sox tomorrow.
You better sweep that series.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that the White Sox just won a series against the Red Sox?
Or how about earlier in the week when they gave the Guardians a game? When the game that you, me, and Palangi watched before sideline this week.
Yeah, they were no-hitting him for, 6 innings?
7 innings.
7 innings.
It was very... So, for viewers at home, me and Isaac take part in a Point Park University sports show. And it's called Pioneer Sideline.
You should all go watch it right now.
Yes, the latest episode is featuring...
Well, once you're done watching this.
Yes, please. Isaac's featured at the very end of last week's episode, and this week I will be featured on a ad lib where I'll be discussing local sports news with Peyton Celesti from the We Are Family podcast. Shout out to you guys.
Last week's episode is still not up, Matt.
Yes, I will text him. But we were sitting there with Matt Palangi, our producer, who is also a huge Cleveland Guardians fan, and he was stressing and losing his shit the entire game. We were sitting in Dale's office, one of our I want to say like advisors for UView,
Yeah, advisor,
helper,
studio tech.
studio tech, sitting in his office and watching the game. We were laughing at him until the Pirate game later on that day. That's not the point. But yeah, they surprised me. Now, we saw a meltdown happen in her face, like a Chicago White Sox meltdown, which I was like, what is happening? How does this happen?
They won. The Guardians won that game 1-0.
1-0.
Walk off 1-0. Ridiculous.
A walk off 1-0. By the way.
Also, underratedly, how are the Orioles last in the AL East?
Yeah, Tampa Bay is doing a lot better than what I thought they were going to do.
But how the Orioles, dude?
What's up with all these teams that were projected to be good this year, starting off really slow?
Yeah.
Like, it's weird for teams like this to start off slow in baseball.
Yeah.
It happens in football all the time. The NBA, it happens.
And the Marlins deciding to wake up again.
But so the thing about it is that it's weird because, you get a month and 2 weeks of spring baseball to fix yourself before you get in through regular season. So the fact these teams are having, like, starting out of the gate slow, it's weird.
Yeah.
There's a lot
really
more
weird.
a lot more teams this year than years past.
Yeah.
The Yankees are only one game above 500. And
The Marlins are above 500.
that's surprising.
What?
Yeah, it's just
bizarre what's going on right now.
I feel like we're having one of those, like, how like every other year of NFL football we get that year where teams start off bad.
I mean, maybe
and then good teams surprise you.
maybe we're just in the lull period,
Yeah.
and things just need to pick up again.
Granted, we still have 150 some games left.
Let me think. The Pirates they're 5-11, so they played
16 games.
So 146.
Yes,
Yeah.
something like that. Well, okay, above the 120 mark left in the season. So there's a lot more baseball to play where these teams can heat up back to their playoff forms. But we're just saying it's weird because I'm not saying that you can't lose a season in your first month, but you can also kill your season the first month.
Yeah.
Baseball is weird like that, where the NHL, you can start off bad, but then heat up and be just fine.
You can kill clubhouse morale.
Yes.
Is what you can do.
Very quickly. So it's weird that we're seeing this. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll get into our long NHL segment, where we'll discuss playoffs. By the way, watch out for playoffs. We might do some little special content for that, which we'll discuss later.
It's the most wonderful time for puck.
So we will see you in about 30 seconds. We're back, better than ever.
Social media content is elite. Let's just say that now.
Well, if you want to see our social media content, I know, selfless plug in our own channel.
More is coming.
More is coming. We have some stuff from the backlog that we're going to go ahead and post out. We just been very busy because we are officially, 1 week before finals right now?
It's pretty much the entire month of April is finals.
So we are swamped with our own personal lives that we haven't been able to post enough content that we want to. Yes, Isaac, I feel that. So we will be getting more social media content, but for right now, go ahead and look up our channel name on any of your social media platforms. That we're on all of them. We're on Twitter. Sorry, X, whatever it's called now.
It's called Twitter. I'm never saying that name.
We're on the Talk. We're on TikTok for however long we have TikTok. And then we're on Instagram.
Yeah.
So you're going to see more of our video content on TikTok, obviously, and on Instagram. X or Twitter, Isaac, is where you'll see a lot of our updates, like how last week we had to do a programming announcement. That's where you'll see us, if it's either one of us reaching out to you guys or just in general saying, hey, this is what's going on with the podcast, just keeping you guys updated that if anything happens. Maybe we'll do some questionnaire stuff once we get more followers and start more more interacting with the fans and what you guys want to do.
Yeah. Maybe some live streams.
Some live streams down the road. But until then, let's get started with the NHL.
Let's do it. So before we dive into the whole playoff things, we just want to extend our deepest condolences to the family of former Penguins general manager Ray Shero,
Yes.
who passed away this past Wednesday at the age of 62.
Yes, very, very young.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very, very, it's gut-wrenching to read that notification.
It was hard because he was responsible for building that 09 team that
Won
was
the cup.
kind of like 10 years before the 19 St. Louis Blues in a way.
Yes.
They were really cold under Terrien, and then he brings Bilesma in for his, let's just be honest, one good head coaching tenure.
Yes.
And
It's the only one that matters, okay? The only one that matters is that he was good here.
yeah.
Everybody's good in Pittsburgh because we're the city of champions, okay?
Yeah.
You understand that? We're the city of champions.
Yes.
Not anymore, but right now, we're the city of champions. Well, the past. You guys know what I mean. But yes, he's also responsible for us getting Jake Gensel
Yeah.
in
Jake-
this 16 team and
Matt-
helping.
Matt Murray as well.
Yes, and helping.
Tristan Jarry.
No, I don't want to get into that because we're doing player grades later. But yes, he is the reason for our recent success. He may not have brought in the big four. Yes, I'm calling him the big four. I'm counting Marc-Andre in this talk because it just makes sense.
That was before he got here, but his first draft pick, second overall in 2006, Jordan Stahl,
Yes,
who was great in terms of playoff runs for us.
yes,
Now the captain of the Carolina Hurricanes.
yes. So I was very upset to hear that somebody who helped, I know, my childhood, your childhood, us enjoy the game of hockey because he put out the best players in the world on the ice day in and day out for the city of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So, yes, we want to reach out our deepest regards to his family.
Yeah.
And to the Penguins organizations and players whose lives have been impacted by him.
You just look at like interviews with him. He was just such a great dude.
Yes, overall amazing guy.
Yeah.
But we're gonna move off from that and get into a better spot. And then we're gonna talk about the playoffs.
Yeah.
Best time of the year is right around the corner.
We have 4 days left in the regular season.
4 days
Yeah.
until we get playoff hockey.
Yeah.
Though we're
It'll-
not,
it'll-
but we still get to enjoy. I'm gonna enjoy watching hockey as not a fan. Well, as a fan, but like as an NHL fan, and not as a Penguin fan who lives and breathes by his team.
Who are you rooting for in these playoffs?
I don't know, man.
I'm rooting for a team that hasn't clinched yet, but probably will clinch.
Yes, I think you and me are on the same brain length. I am rooting for them too. I have a couple teams. I've always loved Vegas because I love the fact that they were a new team that came in and basically whooped everybody's ass when they first came in.
Now that they don't have Flower, I'm like,
I still really like the Golden Knights. Always have.
yeah.
The Devils, I wouldn't mind seeing doing good because they have a young nuclear. Winnipeg getting their first. There's a lot of storyline. This playoffs has tons of storylines in it. You're just one off the bat. We have a high chance that a Canadian team for the first time since the 90s will win a
cup.
A cup.
Yeah. First time since the 93 Canadians.
Yes.
So let's just go down the list of who's in and who's out.
Okay, I'm going to get started with a Canadian team, as we just mentioned them.
Yeah.
For the first time since 2017. What a year, by the way. Great year. When they got eliminated by the Cup champions.
Yeah. In Game 7, double overtime.
Thank you, Chris Kunitz. The Ottawa Senators will be in the NHL playoffs.
Brady Tkachuk's first trip to the playoffs.
I'm excited for him.
He's going to beat some motherfucking ass.
Yeah, I am so excited that we finally got a bruiser, a true bruiser, in the playoffs again.
You know, I hope they win, and I hope they get the Panthers in the second round, so we see a Tkachuk brother battle in the playoffs.
I hope they fight too. I hope we get a scrap with them. I would love that. As someone who has a younger brother who I scrap with constantly, because we both do martial arts, so I scrap with him and I mess with him constantly.
Tkachuk brother battles in the regular season are good.
Yeah.
Tkachuk brother battles in the playoffs, that's a whole nother animal.
Now, let's go to our division. As for no surprise, the Capitals secured the Metro Division, the top seed of the Eastern Conference for the first time since the 19 and 20 season when they won the Cup. Right?
That was the year before.
Oh, it was the year before that.
Yeah, that was 1920. Actually, no, 2 years ago. 1920 was the year it got cut off due to COVID.
Oh, yes. I remember now.
Yeah.
But they are now on top of the NHL. No,
Yeah.
not top of the NHL.
Top of the Eastern Conference.
Eastern Conference. Very happy for Caps.
You're happy for the Caps?
Yeah, I'm happy for the Caps. Because you know what? They had a lot of publicity all year.
Yeah.
With this OV tracker.
How about a 50th anniversary season to cap it off with a cup?
Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sounds very familiar. It sounds like they're trying to copy their big brother. Yes, we called you our little brother, Caps fans. That's what happens.
Maybe not anymore.
Who has 5 cups?
5-1, eh?
We do. Who has the GOAT? We do. Yeah, scoring tile. We get that. That's great.
Who has 2 of the greatest 3 players of all time?
We do. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
Ovi's not in the top 3.
Like recent top 3 or
All time.
All time top. Oh yeah, for sure. No, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Gretzky, Lemieux, Crosby.
Yes, in that order. Yes, I did. I do agree that Gretzky was better, only because Mario got sick for as long as he did.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna get into that. That's a whole conversation that it sounds like a summer thing to talk about.
Oh yeah. We'll have some summer yapping for that.
Okay, so let's get back on track. Let's stay in our division again as the Devils, for the second time in 3 seasons, have clinched their ticket into the playoffs.
That took way too damn long.
Way long. I mean, granted, they are severely hurt.
They are very hurt. Although, I'm smelling some upsetty spaghetti out of that Devils team.
I am too. I'm
Even without Jack Hughes.
I think we're going to get some upsets with them. I think they're going to make a deeper run than what people are giving them. Yeah, I'm excited for New Jersey.
Yeah.
I'm excited for them. Okay, well, let's go to the Western Conference. As the Winnipeg Jets, formerly known as the Atlanta Thrashers, I would never let that go, secure their Central Division and the top seed in the West.
And the President's Trophy.
President's Curse? Is that what we're feeling this year?
Probably.
But this is the first time that they've done all 3 in the same season.
Yeah.
Insane. For a franchise.
This is the first time they've won any of the 3.
Let
alone all 3.
And they've been in 2 different locations.
Yeah. The original Jets that became the Coyotes.
Yes.
Yeah, no, they never did that either.
Nope.
So.
And then this is the redone Jets from the Atlanta. They didn't even do it in Atlanta. They definitely didn't do it in Winnipeg till now.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see history being made. This is a very historic year for the NHL.
Yeah.
Which is great. It means more spotlight on us. Us hockey fans.
I swear if the Jets win game 1 and choke it away.
I'm friends with a Jets fan. He's the one who commented on our podcast. I'm not going to say what he said.
He's a Jets fan. That's awesome.
He is a Jets fan. Every year, it's the same story. I get around After halfway through the first round, I get a very long text message from him, airing out his griefs about the Winnipeg Jets, and I'm hoping for my phone's sake and for my mental sake that doesn't happen. Yes. But anyways, let's stay in the West as the Vegas Golden Knights secures the Pacific Division for the 4th time in their 7th season.
Not even a surprise.
No. I think this just goes to attest that a team that's only been in the leagues for 7 seasons.
They knew how to build.
Yeah.
They just knew how to build.
And they're in, let's be honest, the Pacific is a weak division. And that's putting it lightly.
Yeah.
So, I am not shocked that they did this, but I am shocked that these other franchises aren't stepping up and saying, oh, how the new kid on the block is, no pun intended, new kids on the block. Yeah. My mom will be happy with that one. The 90s boys band. Yeah. I'm cultured. The Golden Knights, like how the new kid on the block is owning the town.
Yeah.
Like, it's just flat out embarrassing to these other teams that they can't win their own division.
Nobody was giving them real competition. Maybe the Kings, but
like, and that's very rare that happens.
yeah.
Like, no one else is giving them like that competition that they need.
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, one more Pacific Division team we forgot to mention. The Oilers are in.
No shock.
Yeah, not a surprise.
I don't think they're going to win the cup. I don't.
But time for LA versus Edmonton.
Yes. Let's go Oilers. Yes, you heard me. I want them to win. I want Edmonton to win this.
That's wild.
I just want the storyline to keep going, keep brewing. Okay, so let's go to the teams that got knocked out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Let's go to with the no-brainer, the Buffalo Sabres for the 14th straight season are not making the playoffs. What do you do?
They're allergic to them.
What do you do to that franchise?
Fire Kevin Adams first off, because he's a god-awful GM.
Okay.
I think right now it just starts there.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they brought back Lindy Ruff thinking that was going to help them. Like, I feel like Lindy Ruff should have retired years ago.
Do you think that it should be a top-to-bottom change in the franchise?
I feel like...
Or a clean house?
No. I think they should keep Lindy one more year, though. Even though it was a rough first season. But yeah, Kevin Adams should never have been a GM in the first place. Especially not after the whole Jack Eichel drama.
Yes, especially with that. Some of these teams, when they screw over their franchise guys, it just baffles me why they do that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, let's go to a new team.
Yeah.
The Utah Hockey Club in their inaugural season will miss the playoffs. This is the 5th season, though, if you include the Coyotes.
We know they're not the same franchise.
They're not owned by the same people.
The Coyotes can still come back within the next 4 years if they want to.
Which I hope they do.
Yeah.
For Arizona could be a sports place.
There's a lot of locations the NHL could still expand to.
Yeah, I think Arizona should be rewarded with a team again.
Yeah.
Just with new ownership.
With a good owner and not Alex Marullo.
Yes.
Who is an idiot.
But this was no shocker that they were going to be out of the playoffs this year.
I was hoping they would make a push.
Me too. For the reasons that Logan Coley grew up 5 minutes from where I live.
Yeah.
That it would be cool to see a local kid in the playoffs and to be able to root on him.
And the insane amount of former Penguins they have.
Oh yeah, they have half of the team.
Yeah.
On their team.
Oli Mata, Robert Bortuzzo.
This is like the Wilkes-Barre thing all over again.
Nick Bukestad.
Yes, another one. It's 4.
Ian Cole.
He's still playing.
John Marino.
Wait. Ian Cole's still in the league?
Ian Cole's still in the league.
Oh my God. He was old on the 2017.
He's only 36.
Playing defenseman.
Yeah.
All right.
And John Marino.
Oh, yeah. So they have half the Penguins on their team.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go to Canada, as the Canucks, Vancouver Canucks, will miss the playoffs for the second time in 3 seasons.
And the 9th time in the last 12.
So they've had a rough time since the brothers left the franchise.
Yeah. Ouch.
What do you do? What do you do there?
I don't know if there's anything you really can do because, like, you definitely don't fire Tocchet
No, you don't.
because he's a really good coach. He's coming off a Jack Adams win. Like, Rick Tocchet is a really good head coach.
Yes, he is a good head coach, and they have a young nucleus that's pretty good.
I think
A young core.
I think a lot of it was all the Pedersen Miller drama. I think
Yes.
that was just kind of f***ing up the locker room.
Agreed.
And Quinn Hughes hurt for a lot of this year.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't help.
There's a lot that went against him this season that caused this.
Next season is going to be the season of Pedersen power.
Yeah. 3 Pedersens, same team. I feel bad for their broadcaster.
Pedersen to Pedersen, over to Pedersen.
Goal by Pedersen. All right. Let's go to our division, as 2 teams were knocked out. Both New York teams were knocked out. The New York Islanders and the Rangers. Now, this marks the first time, I think I saw a stat, first time either ever or first time.
First time ever, the Bruins, Rangers, and Penguins are all out of the playoffs.
It's weird.
That's just bizarre.
Bizarre to think about.
Anyways, Islanders, f*** you guys.
Yeah, honestly.
F*** you. You don't deserve to be in the playoffs, especially with Lou Lamoriello running your franchise. Why is he allowed to run a franchise at 83 years old? I'm not trying to be ageist, but, like, dude.
Yes, he is the Jerry Jones of the NHL.
Literally.
Quite.
He's probably worse than Jerry Jones, let's be honest.
Alrighty, let's go to the New York Rangers. First time since 2021 they will miss the playoffs.
I mean, does it get more disappointing than what this Rangers team was this season?
Yeah, I mean they started off hot.
They started off pretty hot.
And they were picked to be one of the better teams in the NHL, and then they fell off. Very, very, very quickly.
So this team, you got to lay out expectations versus reality, because the expectation is Chris Drury's not that great of a GM. I've said that for a while now. He should have been let go after last season, after getting screwed over in the Eastern Conference Final.
Yes.
And then he just made a shitload of boneheaded moves throughout this season. And, outside of the JT Miller trade, they didn't make really one good move. I guess getting Trouba out of there, but,
what else? He didn't do anything else. I mean,
Yeah.
he basically screwed the team over for a little bit.
But that's the expectation side of things for this team. The reality, they're probably going to let Peter Laviolette go.
Agreed.
And they're going to pick up another recycled head coach, because that's what they always do. It's the same different week with this team.
Do you think the Flyers head coach is going to go there?
Well, he already was the head coach of that team a couple of years ago.
Do you think he comes back?
I really hope not. I think John Tortorella's time as a coach should be done.
Yeah.
Done. But, no, they're probably going to pick up another recycled head coach. Maybe they try to poach Mike Sullivan.
I hope not. Don't wish that on us.
Yeah.
Do not wish that on us, because then we are going to recycle a coach.
Maybe we'll pick up frickin' Laviolette. We'll do a coach trade.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'd rather keep Sullivan. Alrighty. Well, there's another team for the 9th straight season will miss the playoffs. The Detroit Red Wings. This was very depressing for me, because I'm not a Red Wings fan, but I was rooting for them.
I feel bad for Patrick Kane.
I do too.
He's just having his career wasted. Do you think he can play another season?
Yes. He'll play another season because he wants at least one more playoff run before he calls it quits.
But go somewhere. Go to Dallas.
Yeah.
Go to Dallas. That's all I can say. Go to Dallas.
Or come to Pittsburgh. Come on down.
Yeah.
How many years does he have left on his contract? Just the one, right?
None.
None.
He is.
Oh, he's a free agent.
He's a free agent. He's a pending free agent.
Please, Dubas. I know I sound like a dumbass saying that, but look, imagine a line with either Malkin and Kaner on the same line.
Yeah, because Kaner's natural on the right wing, so like you can move Raquel over to left wing permanently.
That's where he should be.
Yeah,
and then Raquel, Crosby, Kane, one line. Happy with that.
and then Gino and Rust.
And Rucker
Yeah,
on another line. That sounds like a good first six. Now, the bottom six, we don't need to talk about.
no,
That's a whole... We'll deal with that later.
yeah,
But no, I like the idea that... And he'll take a hometown discount.
yeah.
Because he's older.
This season, he was paid $4 million.
Which we can do.
For a player of his caliber, that is an incredibly cheap deal.
Yes.
For a 3-time Stanley Cup champion, that is an incredible deal.
And one of those all-time players.
For one of the best American-born players of all time. Is it okay? I think the debate of best American-born player comes down to him or Joe Pavelski.
It's still Kane.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. I mean, I may be saying that because, we grew up watching Kane play, but I think it's Kane. He's just done more outside the NHL.
Or Phil the Thrill.
Move on. Moving on. Okay. After that comment, we're going to keep on going on. We're actually going to go talk about the Penguins. And we're going to talk about the player grades for this year, as we did a mid-season one.
Okay.
Where I was able to express my feelings on Ryan Graves.
So we'll go down their NHL roster, and then we'll actually dive into some of the players that have played, that are currently in Wilkes-Barre, that have played a little bit of time up with the Penguins.
Yes.
So, yes, Baby Pens, you're getting some screen time.
Some screen time.
Right.
Well deserved screen time. They've been lighting the lamp down there.
Oh, yeah. Going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, we can't watch it because we don't know what's on.
Yeah. Well, AHL TV, we'll figure that out. Anyways, all right.
Why can I not find the roster?
NHL.com.
Yeah, I'm just using ESPN.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just start. Let's start with Noel Acciari. Shop him.
Yeah.
Shop him.
He's
got 1 year left on his contract.
Even though I love that
he's a heavy hitter.
Yes, and we need more of that. I wouldn't mind us keeping him. He's only 33.
Yeah. He had a really good, before he came to Pittsburgh, he had a really solid year split between the Blues and the Leafs.
Yes, he has 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points, and plus negative of negative 25, which isn't so bad if you think about the Penguins.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, he's not the best, but I still don't mind him.
No, it's not like he's a bad player. He's great defensively.
Yes.
He's the defensive forward we probably needed.
Yes, and we should. I wouldn't mind us keeping him.
No, I'm not saying like it's a definite we should shop him, but try to see what you can get for him.
Yeah,
because you can get good trade. Like you can get a 2nd round pick out of Noel Acciari.
Do we need more picks?
True.
So I'm giving him a B.
Yeah,
because he plays his role really well.
I'll say B-. Yeah.
That's a little harsh, B-, but that works.
All right.
The GOAT.
The GOAT.
the man that made a Eagles fan $2 million richer off of a throw.
Sidney Patrick Crosby.
The man who can do it all.
A+.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Yeah. We don't even need to discuss it.
We don't need to know. 32 goals, 57 assists. He's about to have a 90-point season at age 37.
He, like Chris Letang says, he's just good at everything.
He's about to have a third straight 90-point season.
Yeah. It's insane that
Is he the same goal scorer he was last year?
No.
He had 42 goals last year.
He's still Sidney Crosby.
He's still timeless.
Yeah, he is a fine wine.
Does he have another 100-point season in him?
Yeah, I think he can get there.
You think so?
Oh yeah, I think he can get there.
All right.
I think next year is actually going to be that year. All right, let's go down to Connor Drewer.
Connor Durr.
Connor Durr.
So we were in the building for his first Penguins goal.
Yes, we were.
Honestly, I don't hate the trade.
I don't either.
He needed to get the hell out of Toronto.
Oh yeah.
He just needed to change the scenery badly. So he has all 4 of his goals are in a Penguins uniform. I think 2 of his assists are in a Penguins uniform.
2.
So he's a good fourth liner.
He has 5 assists on the year.
Yeah.
So 2 out of the
3.
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he has a plus minus of -4.
Yeah. He was a -3 in Toronto.
Yes.
So.
And he picked up his first negative last night against the Capitals. Oh, not last night.
Last night against the Bruins.
Sorry, we're playing the Capitals soon.
Yes.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, he's a good bottom 6 forward for us.
Yeah, he is.
So
I think he could fit in here pretty well long term.
I'm giving him a C.
Okay.
Only because I haven't seen enough from him.
I'll give him a C+.
I like the trade for him. I like what we did. I like he's going to be here for a while because Kyle Dubas, go ahead and say it.
He loves his guys.
There we go. I think he I think he's going to be a good fit for us, a good depth guy for us.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Blake Lizotte.
Blake Lizotte.
Yeah, that's what's next on my
All right.
roster thing. Yeah, I know.
All right, cool.
For right now, it's categorized by
it's categorized by position.
by position. So we're gonna start with the centers.
I got you.
Blake Lizotte, I think he was there.
He was really hot coming off his second concussion.
Yes,
Incredibly hot, and then just faded away.
So
he has 11 goals, 9 assists, 20 points. He is the king of garbage time goals.
yes,
C+.
yeah, C plus.
Because he knows how to fade away, but he knows how to step up
When needed.
I would like, he's got 1 year left. See how this next year goes, and then decide on long term. Because he's only 27.
Yes, so he's a little younger, where we can play around with.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind him either on continuing on the 4th line.
He just tied his career high in goals this season.
So he's only improving. So I think we use him as a bottom center.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the second of the big 3, Evgeny Malkin.
Rough year.
Yes.
Rough year. 16 goals, 34 assists, 50 points. That
and negative
is
24.
Yeah. That's not a Gino year.
No, it's not.
This
was a weird year for Gino.
Yeah. Injuries are back for him.
Yes.
Not as bad as the ACL tear that, cost him the playoffs in 21.
Yes. I had to remember what year that was.
But yeah, it was a weird year.
Yeah, I think next year is going to be a bigger year for him.
It's a contract year for him next year.
Which is already rumored that it might be his last year.
Could be. I mean, he'll be 39 at the start of next season.
Yeah. So it could be his last year. I don't expect it to be his last year. It all depends what the Pens do through the season for Malkin's decision. And whatever decision he makes, I'll be very happy with. If he plays, ecstatic. We get to see more Malkin play. If he decides to retire, call it a quits, very grateful for him.
Great career.
Great, amazing career. Hall of Fame career.
Yeah.
Now, do I think he needs to step up again next year? Yes. Do I think he needs to learn how to play more of a Ovechkin type of game? Yes. Now,
Can he become that at 38 years old?
I think he can. Because, look, as we sit here today, and whatever happens free agency, we discussed it about Rucker and where he should fit for next season.
Yeah.
He made the point that he could stay up on the first line.
He could.
And then I made the point later saying, why in the hell is he not on the same line as Evgeny Malkin?
Yeah.
And people would be like, why? Well, let's look at it like this. Gino feels that he still has to play like he did when he first came into the league. He can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So why not put a guy who can do, not on the same caliber as Gino, because again, Gino's one of one, but put a guy who's skilled with the puck, who's good with the puck control.
Gino's supposed to quarterback that line.
Yes. Let him be the quarterback. Let the other guys be the other, like the grit guys for that line.
Yeah.
So, wouldn't mind seeing Gino playing a slower style of hockey.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's move on from a great, and let's go to Tommy Novak.
He played one whole game and then got hurt.
Yeah. I'm leaving a question mark.
Do I want to see a full year out of him? Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
I wouldn't mind it.
Because he's had solid years
Yes,
in
he has.
Nashville.
Yes, he has very solid years for Nashville.
Last season.
How long is his contract? How long is he here till?
He has 2 years left.
Okay. So we're
at $3.5 million.
That's not a bad contract.
No.
Um,
That's a lot cheaper than Michael Bunting, who we traded for him.
and Ryan Graves. Don't even get me started. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looked good for the one game he played. But I'm still leaving a question mark next to him. I haven't seen enough for me to do a player grade on him.
I don't even think he played a full game
I think he played like half the game and then got hurt.
against Vegas. Yeah, and then he got hurt. So
I'm leaving a question mark for him.
let's just hope that's not a trend.
No, I hope it's not a trend.
All right. Vasily Ponomarev. F.
Yeah. F. He's only 23.
I don't want to give up on him.
He's only 23, Isaac.
Yeah.
So he has a lot more years left.
But
And one thing about the Penguins is that we love our Russians. So I think him being paired up with Gino is going to be a good thing.
yeah.
Let Gino work with him and let him guide him through the NHL. It's what he needs at the only age of 23.
Yeah.
So
Get him. He does not need to play this last game against the Caps. Get him down to the AHL. Let him get reps in before the Calder Cup playoffs.
he needs to get comfortable. And you can tell he's not comfortable up here.
Yeah.
And that could be a leadership thing. He just needs more leadership in our locker room, where the guy should maybe take him under the wing and let him find his way.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our last center, Philip Tomasino,
The last center on the NHL roster.
NHL roster.
We do have one on the AHL roster who we'll talk about.
Philip Tomasino.
I don't understand why you're like just not having it with him.
I'm not.
I like what he's done. I like the trade. Oof. B-.
I don't agree.
It was time for him to get the hell out of Nashville.
Yes.
He comes here and nearly matches his rookie season, where he had 11 goals.
Still does too much dumb shit on the ice. Gets hurt too.
He gets hurt, but Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him.
Yeah. All right. The one guy on the AHL roster, center, Sam Poulin.
Okay.
F. He's a bust.
Yeah, he's a bust.
He's a bust.
I'm very upset he's a bust.
Yeah.
Very, very, very upset. I didn't want to give up on him, but after this season coming up and doing what he did up here, which was
I love what he's doing for all the mental health initiatives.
Yes,
That's
yes.
great. That's great to see. I love that he's being an activist for that kind of stuff. But as a NHL player,
he's just not.
maybe it's a change of scenery thing, maybe. But Penguins, no, get him out of here.
Yeah, I think it's time that we move on from him and try to get a piece from him while he's still young. Yeah, no, he's an F for me.
Yeah. All right, let's move over to the left wingers.
All right.
Let's start with Danton Heinen. So we brought him back because why? Look, I know he had the best season of his career here in 21-22.
He does have 20 assists.
Yeah. Majority of those were with Vancouver though. Since coming back to the Penguins, he has 2 goals, 8 assists, 10 points in 27 games.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but
I give him like a C+.
yeah, I'll say C+.
Yeah, I think that's smart. C+.
He was exactly what Vancouver didn't need.
No, that's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
A guy who can play with the puck and pass it around.
Like,
frankly, we struggle passing the puck.
Third line winger. You can flip him around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I would keep him because he's got 2 years left, I think. Let's look. Shout out Puckpedia.
Yeah. That site's so good.
He has only 1 year left at 2.25.
So, we have him for 1 more year?
Yeah.
So that's not terrible.
Now, do I think there's a chance that they're going to shop him? For
Yeah.
more capital? Yeah. He's always that guy that can be shopped, but look, after that 21-22 season where he had a career high in goals, they almost let him go after that.
Yeah,
And they signed him back on an almost league minimum deal.
Yeah.
Which, why?
I don't know.
Well, Ron Hextall is why. But,
Thanks, Ron.
yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's go to Boko Imama.
I love him. I just love everything about him.
Fists of Fury.
I love everything that he plays.
I hope they keep him.
He is our version of not on the same scale of the Ranger player. Oh, I might blank on his name. Gets in a fight every day. All he does is fight.
Oh, Matt Rempe.
Yes. He is our Matt Rempe, our enforcer, our guy who, if we need to be more physical and go and insert our dominance on the ice, it's him.
Yeah.
I hope we keep him. We should keep him because we need guys like that when you have skill players like a Rucker or a Crosby or a Gino or these other guys who don't fight as often, or like you know how you got to protect the star players.
Yeah.
And he's the guy who can do that.
When we tried to turn Jansen Harkins into a fighter.
Yes, that too. But yes, I think we should keep him. I like him.
Look, he's not a goal scorer.
He's not. He's an enforcer.
Yeah, he's an enforcer.
He's an old school enforcer.
And just basing off of that, B. Yeah.
Yeah. Going into this, I wasn't going to judge him for his goal scoring ability because frankly, that's not the type of hockey he plays. He plays a Ryan Reeves hockey, or he'll go in and play smash mouth hockey.
He's kind of like,
which I don't understand why Pittsburgh fans, like Pens fans in general, aren't falling in love with him when that's just the style of Pittsburgh in general, like smash mouth.
It kind of feels like a Ryan Reeves 2.0.
Yes, he is a Ryan Reeves 2.0 as my headphones fall off. Yeah, no, I think he is a Ryan Reeves 2.0, and I was very upset that we let Ryan Reeves go.
Yeah.
Because Ryan Reeves can actually score a goal.
But
put it out there.
But now he's in the AHL.
Yeah, baffles me, man. He's a very underrated player.
Hey, he's got 1 year left on his contract. We can bring him back.
We could, but why do that when you have Buke, who's younger than him?
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, let's go on to...
Una Koppinen.
Yes, he is age 27. Okay. He had 1 goal, no assist, 1 point. Same amount of points as a defenseman that we have.
Look, I think he has a potential future, but like no more than a 4th liner.
No.
Like,
Don't bring him up on the 3rd or 2nd line. He's a 4th line depth guy.
How many games did he play? 10.
So, the fact that your left winger only scoring 1 goal in 10 games.
C minus?
Yeah, C minus to D. Like, that's where I'm at with him.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Matt Nieto. Nothing's changed. F.
F.
What in the purpose of what did we sign this guy for?
Yeah, he's 32.
He comes here, scores a goal against his former team, and then immediately blows his knee out. This season, he scores 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points, and then he sucks. And literally, he's a pylon, goes to the AHL, stays a pylon.
It's just not good.
Yeah.
I think we should shop him and do something for him.
I think. Well, he's a free agent. He's a
Oh, thank God.
He's a pending free agent.
We should not sign him.
No.
No, let him walk. Let him go. We don't need him. All right, let's go to the right side.
Hang on. Let's check Wilkes-Barre.
Do we have any left wingers?
I
I thought it was mostly
technically,
right wingers.
I think so. He's kind of in everything. Emil Bemstrom.
Oh, I give him a B.
F.
Really?
This season, F. I don't think he had a NHL point this season.
Okay, but I mean, he was only up for a couple of games.
Sure, but like
I thought he looked fine in the couple games he came up.
we traded Alex Nylander for him.
Okay, but Nylander was nowhere even close to what his brother is like.
Yeah.
So I think we did the smart move there, and I give him a B for only coming up for a handful of games.
All right, I guess.
All right, let's go to the right wings.
All right.
Kevin Hayes, old man Hayes.
Dude, he was good.
Yeah, he was really good for us.
Like
He is a 3rd liner.
Yeah.
He should be a 3rd liner at all times.
At this point in his career.
Yes.
Yeah. Like he's only 32, which he's 32, he's still playing solid. Like after coming off a career low in basically everything
Yes.
with the Blues. It's a nice little rebound here for
Yeah,
him.
I think Kevin Hayes looked good for us.
13 goals, 10 assists, 23 points.
I like his contract, too. He doesn't have a big contract either.
No, because the Flyers own most of it,
Yes. Great.
which is amazing.
I think we should keep him no matter what. He should not be shopped.
No.
I give him a B.
I give him a B+.
Wow, you're being generous today.
Yeah, I think I like him. And when the trade initially went down over the summer, I was like, okay, this is Riley Smith 2.0.
Yes.
But no, he was really solid.
It was very good for us.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go on to a rookie. Came up around the same time as Rucker McGorty did. I'm really gonna butcher this name.
Ville Koivunen.
Koivunen. I think he looked great.
Yeah. No, I like him.
I love him. I give him a B+ too.
Look, he didn't score a goal, but he came close a number of times.
Yes, and he's a playmaker.
He's looking like the best piece of the Jake Gensel trade right
Yes,
now.
he is. Yes, he is. And I honestly give him.
Michael Bunting, you are dead to us.
I give him a B+.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd say B+. I want to see a full NHL season out of him.
Yes, I want to see a full season out of him for the full NHL season for him and for the next guy we're about to talk about. All right, we mentioned his name. I think every week of hockey we talk. Our favorite guy, Rucker McGorty.